And now, for your listening pleasure, straight out of Milwaukee, the least talked about podcast in Wisconsin, Hypocritical, with your guides, Alexa MKE and Shock the MoKE, MoKE, that's me. We are here to praise and vent on all things that in the end just don't matter.
So yeah, how have you been?
Great. Just got out of the storm before it came the Daphne directional or whatever the thing I just called it,
Whatever.
The Danforth or whatever they call the weather pattern that just came through. Got some spinning, turning, I guess. There was some spinning and some turning, but no tornadoes.
I thought they said there was some damage on one of the things, but it's not here. We're in Milwaukee. We're all pretty safe, so that's good.
No Toto, no bicycles going by. That's all I know.
No, so I just want to let our viewers know we're always trying to upgrade, so we're going to have some bumpers. In our show notes, we actually do have titles for each of our segments. We just don't say them. So now we're going to do some bumpers and a little bit of music. So I hope you guys, enjoy the upgrades. So we have
put a little polish on this thing. Put a little polish on that apple.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, so now that we've been still locked down, did you finish The Man in the High Castle yet?
No, because I went and I watched the second season of Umbrella Academy.
All right, yeah. Okay, we're back to this again, though, why do they call it a season when it only lasts a week? I don't want them called seasons anymore. They're 10 episodes.
It's 10 episodes.
You get through them in 4 days. This is not a season. Like when there was no records for a while, we still call them albums. Hey, did you get the new album? Did you get the album? It's a disc or it's a click and drag. Nobody buys an album. Now albums are actually...
Well, no, they do have vinyl now, yeah.
Yeah, vinyl's back up now, so we can't say that. But it's the same kind of thing. They should not call seasons. They should be called installments or whatever you want to call it.
See, I love how Dave hijacked my Umbrella Academy. So, did you watch Umbrella Academy, or are you?
Yeah, that's what I said. It took me 4 days.
3 days.
Oh my gosh! Academy's on. Zoom.
Yeah. So no spoiler alerts, but my thoughts were, first of all, the music was amazing. Gerard Way from My Chemical Romance. Yeah, he's one of the writers of the original graphic novels and the show. I really dug how they used the 60s. It's like when I saw that they were going back to the 60s, like, oh man, this trope again. And it's like, no, they really used it, and they really they wove it into their story so well.
Have you seen The Watchmen yet? I know that they did. They're really getting some praise for doing that too as well.
Yeah, I want to see it, but again, it's a lot, and that was one of my notes is watch overload. Are you feeling like you have watch overload? Because it's like I have so many seasons of stuff started, and I'm not able to finish.
I want more. I need more because there's such crap. I've seen all the good stuff the first time around. I watch all the good stuff. I know what good TV is.
Yeah.
So when somebody else comes around and says you should watch this, I've already watched it. I'm on to these things.
The thing is like, okay, I want to finish watching The Expanse. I want to finish watching Mr. Robot. I've got Man in the High Castle, and they're all quality programs. But I'm feeling like, I guess I'm feeling, obligated, and I don't want to feel obligated. So
it's your assignment, yes.
Yeah,
it's homework, yes.
Yeah. So
I get that. I just like I said, I burned through these things. Now I got to wait another year. I got 2 more weeks. We get the boys are back, so I get to catch that.
The boys will be great. I really was enjoying that. That was such a different take on the superhero thing, much like Umbrella Academy. They're not really heroes. They're kind of anti-heroes. It's weird. Yeah,
that's great. That's great. But we've already burned through Picard. I burned through that.
I don't have the CBS premium thing, so I'm not doing that.
Yeah, Chrissy does. So then I also we're starting the Discovery, the Star Trek Discovery.
Okay.
She has freebie Max, so I started Doom Patrol. I think I had 1 or 2 episodes. I thought that was kind of unique. I like that, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to see any more of that because she just had the free trial on that. So
okay, yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about. It's like we could sit here and I mean I could spend probably 4 hours a night watching TV, and I just don't want to do that with my time. So, I'm picking and choosing. You can watch it all, but I'm going to pick and choose.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Survivor was one of my shows.
Yeah, mine too. Yeah, but because of COVID, the next 2 seasons have been delayed. They were going to fly out right after the finale. They were, going to fly out and do the following season, and then I guess right after they're done with that, they boom do another one like May, June, and obviously they haven't been able to. So we're going to lose a year of Survivor, which kind of sucks.
That's the one thing that nobody can get. I mean, you're on an island. For Christ's
Yeah, but
sake.
there's all the production staff and things like that. So
14 days. You got 14 days. Everybody gets, they got the bubble in the NBA. It's working very well.
Formula One too.
Island, it should be done. We should be done. That's the one show you think would be a golden on here. You only got to round up really 40 cats plus the people that are the cameramen, so
I think there's probably more people involved than you think, but
I imagine. I mean, you always got the people running the obstacle courses before they're there. They must be there doing something.
Yeah, you got the people building things. You've got the medical staff. You've got the flight staff with the helicopters. You've got the people with the boats. You've got all the behind the scenes. You've got the directors. You got the producers.
A lot of those are locals, just some local boat people they use. But
but they still, they still need them. They still got to hire them, and they may be, reticent to come and do anything with
they may not be. That may be a wildcat to herd there too. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so
I did like your picture of Wolverine and his new puppy.
All right, so hang on, I gotta show everybody. This is Wolverine and his new puppy. He's so amazing.
I said Wolverine got a pet with less hair than he did.
Well, okay, so remember my rant from a couple weeks ago about what you should not name your animals? You should always name them something that they will be proud of when they grow up.
What is it, Princess Snow Pea or something?
It's Princess. Period. Just Princess. So I love Milverine. I wish him well with his puppy, but damn it, why'd you name him Princess? It's like, seriously.
That's perfect for Wolverine, though. That's perfect.
Yeah.
The fact that I could come up with Princess as well, that just shows you who's the right one, right?
Yeah, I guess. So yeah. So food. I mean, I'm not going out to too many places to eat. Have you tried any of the sweet corn lately?
And I'll let you do the corn because I don't want to hijack again, but we did do the fair food thing. So
okay, yeah, you did the fair food thing. So I did. We've gone to a couple of stands to get sweet corn, and we were disappointed about 2 weeks ago. I think we were a little too early, and we got some like Central Illinois corn, and it was okay. But then the last 2 times we've hit farm stands and we've been super happy. So everybody, it is sweet corn season. Go get your sweet corn. So there you go. But yeah, you said you did fair food and then something about root beer floats. Were you copying me?
It's amazing. There's something in the news about root beer floats. Since you've mentioned it, there's been root beer floats everywhere.
See, I'm a trendsetter.
So they actually, Sprecher, they tried to break a record. They were giving out free root beer floats that day, but I had worked a little hard, and I came home and sat in my chair, and I was going to get up again and get in line. Although they were doing like 500 people an hour, the radio guys said. So they were pumping them in, through. You only had to wait in line like 5 minutes.
How many people an hour? 500?
500 servings or something they were doing in hours, from what I understood. They ended up with 16,000 free root beers they gave out.
Wow, that's really cool.
To go for the world record, and that was National Root Beer Float Day. So there is a National Root Beer Float Day, which was kind of funny.
Go Sprecher!
So, and I don't know if they broke the record. I didn't follow up to hear that, but 16,000. That's quite a few. That's quite a few in a day.
You'll have to follow up and let us know. So you did fair food. Now I'm not a fair food eater, so did you have a good time with that?
A lot of meat you there, so yeah, that kind of gets you out of it.
Lot of meat, lot of fried, lot of dairy, all the stuff I don't eat.
Yeah, we actually went on Friday. It was one of those things. Well, is it going to be the worst it's ever going to be, or are people out doing other things, or what I mean? But we try to go at 7:30 and it closes down at 8. We get in there about 7:33. We were out of there in an hour and 10 minutes, and we had hit 4 different places. Now I heard other people got 3 places, and they were there till. They got in at like 7:30, and we're out of there till 10. So
Oh,
I don't
geez.
know,
Yeah, it's a lot of
it's
time.
what line. Yeah, and we did go by. Speaking of the corn one, that was 3 cars deep. We went by that one, but I gotta say, to me, they set it up all right. I mean, I don't know. We ran in. We got the first food. It was like from the time we got in line to the time I got my first food, maybe 20 minutes. So even if I'd have called up and ordered a pizza, it would have taken that long. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for
So,
sure. So,
so while you're eating that, I had some ribbon fries and a pork on a stick, chili cheese ribbon fries, and pork on a stick by somewhere. I had the menu out
okay,
here.
pork on a
And
stick sounds so unappetizing. Now, if you would have said like a short rib on a stick or something, but
it was a
even for I think
pork.
non-meat or for or for meat eaters for whatever, pork on a stick sounds bad.
Right, right. It's kind of basic, Who thought that was good for you? Nobody, nobody. So then we were eating that while we got in a line for a burger, and then we went along, and I just wanted to get some cheese curds. Went around to a cheese curd place that was pretty good. But I mean, every time you got back in this,
That's
like
classic Wisconsin. You got to have the
that's
cheese
fine.
curds.
Right, right, exactly. So you got to get in the line, and then they send you off for pit stops to a place, and then you get back in the line, and you keep on. You want to go to 14? Well, keep going. And I thought they did a very good job of moving everybody around in there. And then, of course, the main reason we went there was because they were selling cream puffs already as well.
Oh, we got cream
So
puffs at work. They got cream puffs last Thursday. They're getting cream puffs this Thursday because we normally have
all
donut
right.
day on Thursday, so it's been cream puff day. So everybody at work was like taking pictures of the cream puffs and sending them to their loved ones. It was awesome.
So this little girl was taking our order, and if you go get cream puffs, go in the cash line. That's going to bring cash because it's quicker. There's nobody in that line. And then as she's giving them to her, I said, "Did you get to eat as many as you want?" She goes, "I had one." And I said, "My first one." And I said, "Oh," I said, "Do you like it?" And she looks at me and she goes, "Nah." And I went, "Too dry." And I went to her. I kind of looked around. I went, "Too dry for you, right?" She goes, "Yeah." And let's face it. It's just like eating lobster. You're only eating lobster to hold the butter, because you're really just eating butter with something to chew it on. And a cream puff is nothing more than a way to hold whipped cream between something as you eat it. That bun is like a stale, hard chew, and it's only good
That's
for one
wrong
day.
then.
Next
See, they're
day,
not.
it's like a sponge, and it's soggy as hell.
Okay, so they're not doing it right because that's pot of choux. Now, see, I used to make pot of choux from scratch.
How to
And
shoot.
pate choux,
Where's that? Is that a
Patechaux.
Polish thing originally? German? What
French.
is that?
It's French. Pate choux.
French.
So pate choux is basically a French pastry made with eggs and butter, and you take butter and you melt it down, and you take a lot of butter and melt it down, and then you add your flour and you mix that up, and then you add the eggs in one at a time. And then when you're done, you form it and you put it in the oven, and because of the eggs, it puffs up and it bakes. And then when you take them out of the oven, you put a hole in them so it lets the steam out so they don't get like soggy inside. But then when you
Uh,
open them up, it should be like moist and delicious and eggy tasting, and they're really good if they're done right. And then your whipped cream should be fresh whipped cream. And I hate to say it, but I have tasted like back in the day when I was still eating dairy because I'm allergic, their cream always tasted a little bit like it was not fresh, like it was just starting to go off. And I never really liked the cream puffs at the state fair. But that's from years and years ago. It could be completely different now, but that's how they should be, and they should be
Needless to
delicious.
say, I still ate 3 out of the 6. So, how bad did I really think they were?
Well, apparently they were dry with whipped cream, so
Yeah. I
But-
got through it, though. I got through it.
you choked them down, huh? You
I
just
choked them down.
You choked did you have any root beer to
Feed me, Seymour. Feed me.
no root
No.
beer though, huh?
All right. So, what do we got for internet now?
Oh, well, we have internet adventures. Come on. There we go.
That's our fishy noises.
All right, so everybody, I'm just gonna have to get used to doing this. So it's not gonna be super professional. I mean, we're not getting paid to do this. So.
Hey, Josie, fix that up in pre-production after post-production, okay?
Right. Yeah. Wait. Laito. He doesn't have opposable thumbs though. But yeah. So Stingray. Do you know what that is?
No.
Okay. So Stingray is a cell phone grabbing technology. It basically grabs data off of cell phones like location and movements, GPS. I don't know if it can grab, other data besides that. But basically, during the protests, and this is scary, they were sending airplanes and helicopters up with Stingray. And I know that in Milwaukee, that was one of the things that some of the
Oh
people were
yeah,
talking
that's
about.
right. That's right. I don't know if I've got a problem with that.
I do, because we have the right to privacy in and it's in the Constitution. One of the in the Bill of Rights, we have the right to privacy. And to me, this is a warrantless search. So legally, I think it's a problem. Yeah, we can use it to track terrorists, but now that we're getting to this point in our country where it's, we're calling people who aren't on our side a terrorist. In other words, the Trump,
Yeah, right.
Trump and his Antifa.
Right.
Those people are being targeted, and they basically were able to track those people down, and that's not cool. I mean, it's something that I think eventually is going to need to be addressed with legislature, and I guess we'll see. So, beware if you're going to protest. Get a burner phone if you need to have a phone. Leave your phone at home.
Yeah.
So that,
No, when they talked about the NSA wanting to listen to our conversation, I'm just go ahead.
yeah, a
You know.
lot of people say that, but we have to protect our rights. It's our responsibility to protect our rights, all of
I
our
also
rights.
want somebody protecting me from people who are doing bad things. Also.
Yeah, that's true, but not at the cost of our rights. Because once we give our rights away, we do go down that rabbit hole of fascism, and I think we're on our way there. So,
Yeah. I mean, and like you say, the TikTok thing is still going on. I mean, and
well, and that's a foreign country that's trying to take our. Everybody wants your data. Like I said, you want
right.
our data, it's here. If you don't want anybody to have your data, get a burner phone, take it
Well,
with you.
I guess that's the thing. If you're that concerned about if you're doing something where you're that concerned about them spying on you when you're marching, to know that you're there, then you need to also get burner phones.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what use is it if the people who they're trying to track know
Watch
enough how
Mr.
to do that?
Robot.
Yes.
They'll teach you about
Yeah.
burner phones in Mr. Robot.
Exactly. And you don't know that. You haven't seen the rest of it yet. So.
No, but I know that they use burner phones. I only need to see the last season. I've seen all the rest of it. So yeah, Google Play. Were you on? Or I mean, yeah, Google Play. Are you using Google Play for your music? Or are you using a different music app?
I'm a slacker guy. I still listen to the ads, and so I don't even go for the no ad version. And I still have my iPod where I steal music from YouTube and send it to MP3 and put it on my my iPod. So that's where I get my.
You're a pirate.
I still, man. I was a LimeWire fiend back in the day, man. I took
Oh
so much.
man, I cry for your computers.
Like anything, you got to be smart about it. You
Yeah,
don't you don't
yeah.
take you don't take when you're looking for a song. You don't take the Beatles with two lesbian girls. When you do the beat, there's always a song that says with two lesbian girls.
Isn't
Or
that one of the
worse.
Beatles songs?
And I'm like, oh, this is a song from the Beatles I don't know. Well, yeah, that's the one that's going to give you the virus, you dumbass.
Yeah, well, young kids didn't know back then. All right. So
Exactly.
anyway, Google Play Music is shutting down. Which Google's so weird about this stuff, and so I don't know anybody who used it. Clearly, you didn't use it. I don't use it. But they want their people who are using that. They want to because they want to switch over to YouTube Music because it's part of the Google family, the Alphabet family. But what I've been reading is that it's a very kludgy service, and I'm sure people are going to move over to different services. I can't stand the Apple universe as far as using iTunes and stuff like that because it's very invasive in your computer and in your phone. But people who have iPhones, that's the way to go. I really do believe it. And for Android, there's lots of options out there. So that's something that people might want to think about using. How
They're not
about?
even supporting my iTunes anymore. They're not even supporting that.
Yeah,
In
I
10
know.
years' time, we went from oh my God, look at this thing that you can put all your music to oh, that goes in the garbage now. 10 years.
Yeah, and Android, as far as I've got another little thing. I want to stay on the Google thing though, but we're going to talk about Apple in a second because you've given me a little side thing to talk about. Google Plus has a class action lawsuit. Were you ever on Google Plus? Did you use it a lot?
No, I didn't. It was always there, but didn't really. I was like, why am I bothering with it?
Yeah, now see, I did use Google Plus a lot. I really liked, their circles, and then they had communities. So it wasn't something that was more like Facebook, where you had all these people like telling you about their lives and stuff like that. It was actually there were a lot of artists and photographers, people who had issues. Like there was a really great vegan community on there. There were some fabulous photographers on there that their pictures were stunning. So it'd be fun to just go through your feed and there'd be these really interesting things. I was on like a science community and a tech community. So unfortunately, they sold data like a lot of companies, and there was a lawsuit. And so if you had a Google Plus account that had some private information in it, and it could just be another email or a phone number, you're entitled to $12. So look up that class action lawsuit. I think they said it's going to be around $12. It'll probably be less depending upon how many people actually sign up for that lawsuit. So you were in a Google. You should see if you had.
The last great class action lawsuit I was involved in was the Ticketmaster one, where they allow you to get tickets, free tickets or discounted tickets. And whenever you went on there, it was for a concert in a different state.
Oh yeah, something that was yeah.
I'm like, come
this
on.
This one they'll give you the money via PayPal or via your account because of course now you're going to give them your bank account information after they let your data go. So but it was weird.
When it comes to $12, where's the box? Send to homeless. You know what I mean, or Red Cross or whatever.
Yeah, whatever your favorite. The ASPCA, whatever.
Right.
I'm going to do this little side thing. It's not in the show notes. So we're talking about the Apple universe with the music, and you're saying that you're having issues. I had an app called Texture, which used to be called Next something before. But what it was a magazine app. And for $10 a month, you got like literally hundreds of magazines that you had access to, all of them, like for $10 a month. And so I would go on my app and it was beautiful. It was laid out like a magazine, and you could turn the pages, and I'd put it on my tablet and turn the pages, and because a lot of times you buy a magazine, you look at the pretty pictures and you toss it aside, and they're like $7 a piece, $10 a piece now. So it's like for $10 a month I could read no magazines, or I could read 15 magazines in a sitting. Well, Apple bought it and turned it into like iNews or something, and you can't get it on Android anymore. And it just pissed me off because it's like, really? You took that away from us Android users? You guys are assholes. So that's my rant on that.
That Apple. Damn that Apple.
Yeah, damn Apple. Yeah. So
you talked about Chrome and Firefox.
Yeah.
That's funny. Firefox was like one of the first big ones that everybody started yapping about. My dad was even on it. He's like, you got to go do Firefox. So we did Firefox, forever, and I even had to push Chrome off so many times when I wanted to keep and so finally I just, someone was saying, just do the Chrome. And I'm like, all right. So I just went with it,
So yeah, now we're still in the Apple universe. So ditch Chrome. Chrome, it's a Google universe. It sells your information. They use as a browser. They are just not in your corner. And again, talking privacy, and protecting your privacy.
But they have an incognito button.
Oh, who cares? So the new Firefox rolled out enhanced tracking protections 2.0. I've exclusively used Firefox for quite some time. Every now and then I'll go on Chrome on my Android, on my phone, because it just works better for some of the when it's doing the small device, connectivity, but for my PC, it's always Firefox. Um, Again, you need to protect your privacy. Ditch the Chrome. If you need to use it, fine. Because some things don't work well, and start going with Firefox because they're doing ad blocking. They're doing tracking protection. They're protecting your information and your privacy. Mozilla.org is a nonprofit. They are the ones who put out Firefox, and I strongly recommend
Mozilla.
using.
That's the first one. It was first before it was get.
It was
Firefox.
actually Netscape, and then it was Mozilla.
Yeah, Netscape.
Yeah.
That's right.
Now we're going way back.
Every time you went shopping, you picked up a AOL disc at the shopping store.
Yeah. So I'm online all the time, and what I noticed, Walmart's going to open some drive-ins. Have you done any of the drive-ins locally?
No. I know that the we were talking about the Marcus was putting one on. They were going to do that.
Yeah, a couple places have had them. Yeah, but I guess Walmart's going to open 160 stores. Are going to have drive-in theater style, whatever they're doing, in 160 stores. However, none of them are in Wisconsin. There are some in Illinois, but it's just one of those things that, this is cool. You read this online and and then all of a sudden it's like, it doesn't apply to us. So, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, sad.
Well, they just, and there's doing a lot more of these now, with someone's doing a concert somewhere, and now they want to beam it everywhere. Even Metallica, who, God, they're the new Kiss, if you ask me. They're promoting themselves more than Kiss does now, because they're going to do another concert, and then they're going to have a drive-in concert. They're going to have it done, and people come in their cars, and then they're going to also sell it to theaters. So theaters are going to have it on, you can go buy a ticket and go sit in the movie theater, right, and watch Metallica. Now, I'm sorry, but that's not a concert experience for me. Sitting, I know it's live, but the difference between it being live or not being live when you're sitting in a theater, 5,000 miles away is the same. It doesn't matter. You're not there. Yeah. So I'm like, that's just Metallica. Oh, we need some money. I'm sure this will work. And they've got something coming out. They're new, which I enjoy. They do their songs with symphony. So they take their songs and do.
All right, that makes sense.
And that always sounds really nice. They do a great job with that. But they've got that coming out. So, but here to just touch on a little bit more, the movie theater experience is going to be changing quite a bit. I believe they're still working on that law right now to stop theaters, or they actually may have rescinded it, that theaters themselves cannot own movie theaters. You know how they have that whole thing with.
You're talking about like Netflix buying movie theaters.
You can't be transport and that kind of thing. So they're their own movie theaters now. That's going to cause some problems. Already, the movie theaters are bucking this trend because they're going straight to video.
Yeah, direct to video.
Because they got these, and they can, all these movies like Milan or whatever coming up. They're sitting on it. You know what I mean? You can't sit on a movie.
Well, Disney Plus is putting Mulan out, I think, next month, right?
I think they are gonna, but this is just it. I mean, they're just like, do something for us as theaters. If you're gonna, I guess they want this not to work, to let the streaming movies through, because again, the movie theaters will be gone if this catches on. If people are just say, I'm just gonna watch it here at home.
Yeah.
First run, first week, whatever. Bypass the popcorn and drinks. That's gonna sting a lot of guys.
Yeah, and I like going to the movie theater. I don't want to see it go away. So
same here. Exactly. Big screen, and even little ones like the Time, and the Rosebud. Those I'm glad that those are still around.
Yeah, Oriental and Landmark.
Oriental,
not Landmark. Oriental and Prospect theaters. They used to be Landmark theaters. Now they're owned by the Milwaukee Film Fest.
I missed the Ruby Isle back in the day, man. The Ruby Isle is the $2 movies,
Okay, we're going down memory lane now. All right, so is this critical? We got to do our bubbles again. There we go. So, Dave, seeds. Something about seeds.
All right, well, you didn't get any in the mail?
I didn't get any seeds. Oh,
All
did
right,
you
well,
get the weird seeds in the mail?
no, I did not. I'm kind of like disappointed I did not. But
Okay,
here's
yeah, I
my
heard
thing,
about
which
that.
they have not come up with yet. I am willing to bet that the people who got these seeds have a landline still at home.
Probably.
And you know why? You know why?
Why?
Because when you're filling out an order of where you're going to it, they want to have a phone number and a full address, the correct address, and the full and as fill in as many boxes as you can when you're making an order to ship something to somewhere. And how do you get somebody's phone number normally? You do reverse lookups. Just anywho, you go to anywho, you do a reverse lookup.
Yeah.
So if you've got a phone
Who
number, a
is?
landline, you can get the address. Period.
Yeah.
So you know what they figure this was is that this company made all these orders saying all these people were getting orders from this company, like they're selling toasters or whatever, right? All right. So they send all these customers nothing, seeds, whatever. All right. Since they set up the account with the person's name and phone number, they get an alert when the product has actually been delivered to these people's houses. Once the product has been delivered, they're in charge of the person's name and experience. They write a positive review.
For
Hey, I got
Amazon.
this time. I got, it was everything I wanted. So all of a sudden, this toaster company that never sold the toaster has many deliveries and satisfied customers.
That makes sense. That's something we should look into for the future because that's nefarious. It
Isn't
just
it?
really
That's
is.
it. That's the world we live in. Just like how I got, the bank gave me crap because I gave them a 3 instead of a 5. Well, why did you give us a 3? Because we're in this 5 mentality. I mean, think about it. Uber drivers. There's only there's only 2 things. You either give the guy a 5 or you don't give him or you give him a 1. I mean,
Or you ignore it.
If you give a 4, it's like, well, wait a minute, what's going on? You know what? I mean, it's an affront. You know what I mean? You either they shouldn't be 1 through 5. Nothing should ever be 1 through 5. It should be up or down. Boom. That's it.
You should be on Reddit. That's what it is. You get
That's
an
all
up
it is.
vote, you
Up
get
or
a
down.
down vote.
Up or down. Like or don't like. I mean, we've
Yeah.
got that. You only get like on Facebook. They didn't give you the down button for negativity, but you just need up or down. You know what I mean?
There you
If you
go.
want to write something after to talk about why you gave it that's where reviews come in. But the star system should not be the review itself.
No, I agree. Although I do use the star system to see what the middle people are saying because those are generally the real reviews because the ones that are 5-star reviews are never the real review.
No, I always go to the ones. I want to know why the guy didn't like it first, and if I wouldn't like it for the same reason, okay. But if the guy's, that's a stupid reason not to like it, all right.
There you go. Speaking about somebody not being liked very much, Morales, our police chief, got demoted to captain.
We felt like this was going to happen the way they kept on bugging him, and it's like, are they going to just get him out of the job? And I guess I never knew he was that bad of a. I haven't seen it.
I don't know that he was bad or good because I don't think he was in the position long enough, and he kept getting. Well, first of all, he made some faux pas with some of his his news conferences that he said some things that he just probably shouldn't have said. Dude, just read the room. The tone is wrong.
Not any worse than Clark. Come on.
Oh, Clark was horrible. But see, Clark was sheriff. This guy was our police chief. So
I'm just saying, guys talking in power.
Yeah, no, that was a completely different thing. But I guess there was a pissing match between the Fire and Police Commission chairman, Steve DeVagas, and. So I would say
who's under ethics for looking at problems as well.
Yeah, he's under ethics review because apparently he was an attorney for one of the people who I don't know what's all going on, but he's a real estate attorney, and so there was just some hanky panky going on there, and yeah, not.
They asked him to do a bunch of things. They gave him a list apparently of 10, 20, 100 things he had to do. And he said that
there were 7 directives or 11 directives, yeah.
Right. In this police and fire commission, like anything, I'm always like one of those people. Okay, do you have a bunch of 5, 6, 10 people that have no idea what fire and police commission's about, making decisions for the police and fire commission. But I can't believe that, because this thing has been around. We have like one of the oldest police and fire commissions there is in the United States. So I would think that it's run right.
I don't know, because it all becomes political at some point, and my problem with it was, when they would do that for Flynn, they gave him I think it was something like 50 days, which is almost 2 months. It's like 6 weeks. And they didn't give, Morales that amount of time. And I guess some of this stuff was things he just couldn't put together in that short amount of time. So there's going to be, Frank Gimbel's his lawyer. There's going to be some investigation. There's probably going to be a lawsuit. And it's going to cost the city money, and it's just stupid. It's just political infighting. It's a pissing match. It just pisses me off. Yeah. So you want to talk about the Beirut blast?
It's just, it's like the first time I'm watching this thing, I'm watching the new, on my phone, somebody's live taking this fire burning and everything like that. And I'm like, wow. And then all of a sudden that mushroom cloud bursts. And there's just for a moment that my brain, because I've watched Umbrella Academy, I've watched Independence Day. When I see a mushroom cloud starting to expand like that thing was, I want to bend over and kiss my ass goodbye, because it just, you don't know where this cloud's going to end. I'm like, how far is this thing coming? How big of a crater is this thing going to land? Oh my gosh, it was one of the most frightening explosions in a city I have ever witnessed. That's for sure.
Well, apparently the PM and most of the people in the government have resigned, because that was sitting there for 4 years, 6 years, whatever it was.
6 years, they say, up to over 5 to 6 years now.
Yeah, and it was just sitting there next to a fireworks factory and all the grain supply for the entire
Well,
city.
Everybody was doing the old, it's not, hey, it's not my jurisdiction. Isn't this a water thing?
No, they went to a judge several times, and the judge just didn't rule on it, because there was.
Well, he said, I don't know if I can. I don't know if I have jurisdiction here.
He should have just ruled on it and then called it. If somebody wanted. Then somebody else could have taken. Now everybody can take responsibility, because they're all a bunch of idiots. Because there are people who are dead. There are people whose lives have been shattered and destroyed. I mean, it's horrible.
Just they're 9/11. I mean, people are saying that, and I'm not going to disagree with them at this point.
I mean, it wasn't a terrorist attack, but it was.
I mean, it's not a terrorism, but
it was a stupidity.
Homespun disaster like that, of people and proportions in a city. In a major city, so
yeah, for sure.
And lighter news.
As we segue to lighter news,
lighter news, where we used to get the lighter news. E-News is canceling after. Are you kidding me? Is COVID taking entertainment down that bad that they can't fill 30 minutes a day with their stupid little,
Oh, they were more than 30 minutes a day. That E-News, some of that stuff was 2 hours long.
Well, I mean, TMZ, they still have their little chat version. Then they have their regular show. I mean, there's still.
Oh, TMZ has their show that they syndicate. Then they have their online show, which they also syndicate. Then they have TMZ News. It's like Harvey is just he's trying to rake in that money. And then they had merch for a while. They got the tours. Yes, he is a lawyer. I don't know how good of a lawyer he is, but
he is, and he is the master of ceremonies of that, that whole thing now.
Oh yeah, he's the puppet master.
Yeah, it's so fun. But that just surprises me. I mean, that a show like that goes down. Again, every day we get a new surprise on what this thing has cost. And E-News.
Yeah, well, maybe if they would have had a mask mandate, they wouldn't have had to lose it.
Well, it's nice that we can just put another one out there and let the Republicans say that they shouldn't do it again, and and it's wrong, and we're going to fight it.
We'll see. There was a huge anti-mask rally in Madison this last weekend, and I was showing a coworker the pictures that some photojournalists had taken and posted online, and those people look exactly like you expect them to look. They look. Some people are calling them Meal Team 6, and it's they're all older people. You would think, they're going to be younger. Yeah, no, they're all our age. They're all Sorry, okay, boomer. They're all
Yeah.
boomers, and they look like they can't rub two brain cells together, and it's scary that these people can vote.
And
Although it's their
and
right
then
to vote, and I
well,
would not take that away. They can vote for Trump. Go ahead, but
and in
dude.
Colorado, they have the same group of people in black shirts and Harleys
Oh, those
doing
people
the
are
same
called
thing.
they're called hog riders, and they were in
Yeah.
Sturgis spreading
Sturgis.
spreading the word of COVID. Our Lord and Savior COVID.
Oh, we're gonna watch that. We're gonna watch that thing. It'd be nice, you know. There'll be a lot of hogs for sale in another 2 months.
Yeah, watch this space.
Yeah, the owner died. You know. Yeah, yeah. Whoa, really? Okay.
Well, we make fun of it, but it's like I guess most of the town of Sturgis didn't want these people there, but they said we're coming anyway, and so they had to prepare because it's the largest motorcycle rally in the country.
250,000 normally.
Yeah, and normally I would support that, and whatnot, but it's like even Milwaukee, I don't think they're planning to do anything for the Harley birthday. So it's like, you guys, you have to knock this off. I mean, these people didn't want you there. They had to have, the police activate. They weren't prepared for it, and then all these people just show up in your town. I'd be pissed.
Yeah,
Like,
Burning Man probably ain't going on this year, so we knew that, you know.
oh, who knows? Burning Man is a whole different thing. But yeah, so
I still got to make it to that before I die.
you know what? You got to be an artist or somebody who is involved in kind of that scene. So we're not going to go to Burning
Yeah,
Man.
there's some tickets that get up for it, but
Yeah.
they're rare. You got to get on a list, and they still cost
It's
$1,000.
very interactive, and
Yeah.
it's a whole different. That's a whole different thing. I'll send you a link to somebody who takes a lot of photos of that, and you're just your eyes will pop because they're amazing.
Oh, I know. I try to look as much as I can whenever after it's over, all the photos I can. You know, it is.
Yeah.
It's just the great art out there is just
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Well, Trey Radcliffe is a photographer. He works primarily in digital HDR, and some of his photographs are just mind-boggling. They're so gorgeous. But yeah, so we're gonna pivot again. We're gonna talk about Kanye. How do you feel about
I
Kanye?
doubted you when you said this in the beginning. I said, it's just that he's having an episode. This will be done. We're already over.
No.
And
He's not going away.
who knew that Mickey Mouse lived in our state?
Which one are you talking about?
Well, the Mickey Mouse. You know, Kanye got.
Oh yeah,
signatures,
Mickey
and
did.
Mickey Mouse was on there.
That's his second home.
Kanye signed himself up
Or
too.
third. Well, he's got a home in Florida. He's got the one in California. He's got the one in Paris. He's got the one in Tokyo, and he's got the Milwaukee house.
Yeah, somehow he's got a house here now.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they ran across him.
Yeah, no, it's
And
just
everybody they signed to, like 1 out of 6 people all did their eyes with a circle above their eye too. God, they must have been just a bunch of people in that neighborhood that did it that way. Just
yeah.
always-
That's just a cult. What can I say? The cult of circled eyes. But yeah, so
but I agree with
what
you
they're
now,
trying
is
to
there
do.
Republicans are helping him. So
It's a split vote strategy for people who aren't aware, and they're trying to have black people vote for Kanye, so it'll take away from Biden, so Trump can win. It's like watching Survivor, only politically stupid stuff.
my goodness.
Although Survivor's sometimes stupid too. So.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
No, that's true. I love Survivor, but yeah. So we do have some sad news. Jelly Belly is closing.
That must be just ours in the state, our one, or Jelly Belly going down.
No, Jelly Belly moved their production facility to Illinois, so they're closing the outlet store and like the little thing you could go through, and I don't know. It's like, so yeah, people are going to be sad because people really do love Jelly Belly.
Oh, when the Harry Potter ones came out, my gosh, the kids and I we just tortured each other with the puke ones and the
and then you mix those in with like the regular Jelly Belly, so somebody will get a cherry one, and then they'll get like the pineapple one, and then they get the vomit one.
Yeah. Now Reagan, I know, always had the jelly beans on his desk. Did he ever have Jelly Bellies on his desk?
Yes, he did have Jelly Bellies. So that was my understanding. So yeah. So there
All
we
right,
go.
so let's talk about our sports closings too now.
Yeah, the Big Ten and it's the Pac-11. I put Pac-10, but it isn't the Pac-12. It's the Pac-12. Big
Yeah,
Ten and
right.
Pac-12 have canceled their seasons, which that says a lot. What
Well,
do you watch a lot
and
of college football?
some of the guys that are in there, the one guy who was it said, "Well, we're still going to play. Well, if it's not in the 10 or the 12, I'm sure somebody out there want to play. We'll go to other places. We're going to play."
Oh my God! So more COVIDiots.
So let's talk about herding cats again. Now you're trying to do it in the NBA bubble. Are you going to herd 100 college football kids at
Wait,
college?
frat boys
Yeah,
who are already
big men on campus.
partying in Madison and
God.
Oshkosh.
No, there's no way you can herd those cats. There's no way you can herd a college football team.
I actually
No.
think herding cats would be easier.
Yes, I would rather do that.
Because all you have to do is shake the treat thing and they all
I'd
come
rather put
running.
the cats on meth and try to catch them, and then try to keep 100 college boys together during that.
Yeah. And the thing is, I've been watching sports. We watch Formula One. They've been keeping their bubble. One of the drivers broke the bubble. He went to visit his mom. He was okay to go visit his mom because his mom wasn't feeling great. So in the meantime, he stopped in Italy with his wife. And guess who tested positive? So they won't let him back in till he tests negative. So he's had somebody else in his driver's seat who was part of the bubble. And they have other drivers that are part of the bubble. So if somebody's stupid, they will take your seat. And Formula One, you don't want somebody taking your seat because you lose a lot of clout. So,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
especially for something like this. Again, everybody knows why you're not there.
Yeah, well, they're being nice about it on the broadcasts, but some of the things that we've read online, they're all young mostly. Some of them are very young, and they're driving cars at over 200 miles an hour, and it's like, yeah, they're risk takers and they're going to take risks, and
that's what they do. Yeah, and so I guess this just keeps on getting us to NFL football will not. What will we get out of that now? Baseball's still limping along. We lost one team, and it still has 6 games to make up. But they're trying to limp this thing along. They're playing baseball. People are watching on TV. I guess, are we going to get down to the fact where there's only like 4 teams left that aren't gone because of too many guys sick or out or positive or whatever. But we're still going to limp it along and give someone a trophy in the end.
You see, that's just it. It's like, I understand with the Bucks, that people really want the Bucks to have the championship for Milwaukee, and we lost the DNC pretty much. We're not going to have that benefit, having the DNC in Milwaukee. But this is extraordinary times, and if we can't have this stuff because of, various reasons, let's just be adults about it and just read a book and watch Netflix. Sorry. And cook at home.
Which you haven't been doing without sports even. Not enough of it.
Like I said, we're watching Formula One because they were smart about it.
Right.
And speaking of sports, guess who's been seeing sports with fans in the stands? New Zealand. Over 100 days, no new COVID cases, no community spread. There were a couple of people who tried to come into the country, and they kicked them out. And so there are video of them watching rugby games and everything else because they can go out and be normal because they hunkered down.
Yeah, well, they still did that. What's that Norway, Sweden thing, and they still say Norway, who didn't hunker down really at all. And they think they've got their immunity going, and
they don't. I read the research paper.
People that died were old people, so that was okay. And
you know what? If it's your grandma who's the old people who dies, it's not okay.
It's
period. Not. That's all there is to it.
With 300,000 now as the new number that they're giving us, 300,000. You remember it was 200, and we all gasped at it, and now we think it's a goal. Now we think, 200,000. Yeah, they're expecting it already.
Yeah.
So why bother if that's what they thought they were going to do anyway? Well, we got 300 now, people, because you didn't stop fearing and you didn't let up.
Well, and the other thing is that we are over how many consecutive days over 1,000 new cases in Wisconsin, and they're not in Milwaukee. Milwaukee's
500
actually
today.
trending
500
down.
just went
Only
down
five.
today.
Okay, good. But we're trending down in Milwaukee, and it's the rest of the state that's trending up because that's where all the COVIDiots are, who are
Right.
anti-mask rallies. So yeah. So Dave, we have.
After again, it feels like what's all we've been doing is ranting. Here's my rant.
Hang on. Okay, we got Dave. All right, there's your MoKE moment. Go for it,
All
Dave.
right. All right. So, someone was talking, on the radio again, and that if you want to get good specials, the coupons and everything, you got to get the app. So there's a Burger King, and I like Burger King. I used to work at Hardee's, so I'm a flame broiled burger kind of guy, So I like BK. So I downloaded the app, and it gives you now you get new specials, right? Here's a special for you. Well, here's something free for downloading the app. Well, here's something, this, and it's kind of odd. You push redeem a coupon, and it's like it says, do you want to redeem now and call it in, or are you picking up at store? And I'm like, picking up at store, redeem now, and I hit redeem now, and then you have 15 minutes to use that coupon. So that's
Okay,
time
nice.
There's a number, so that when you come up, you just go, yeah, I've got, I'm getting this, and I've got coupon 9141. And I'm like, oh, okay, great. Now, here's the thing. As I'm driving up, the sign says 2 Whoppers for $5, okay? I just kind of know that in the back of my head, but I got the downloaded app. I get a buy one, get one. Now I'm like, well, that's got to be a pretty good deal. So I tell them, buy one, get one. And then he says, well, would you like cheese on that? Sure, we'll have cheese, on them. And they go, that'll be $7. Yeah, that'll be $7 and 50 cents or whatever. And I'm like, well, hold on, wait a minute. Well, how did it get that high? I mean, well, you got the cheese upgrade, sir. And I said, well, I know it's also 2 for $5. Is that actually cheaper than buy one, get one? And the guy's like, well, yeah. I'm like, well, could I do that instead then? Yeah. And so he did that. Saved me like 40 cents there. And then I'm like, all right, so where's the other one coming from? Well, you had the cheese upgrade. Do you know how much cheese is now to add on to it?
No.
80 cents a burger.
Yeah.
Cents.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a thing. So if I go in and I order a salad and it's $8.99 and I tell them to take the chicken off of it, do you think they give me $1 credit? Oh, hell no. But if I go in and buy a salad and put extra vegetables on it, do you think they're going to charge me? Oh, hell yeah. So, yeah, I'm with you here, even though it has nothing to do with that.
So now I'm even more like, I'm like, okay, wait a minute now. So now at 2 for $5, each burger is $2.50 a piece. The cheese is 80 cents. The cheese is 25-30% of the value of the whole burger.
Yeah, because now you're at $3.30 a burger.
That's not right. All of a sudden I'm like, so boy, I gotta remember not to do cheese. Now they also have these things. Every one of these things is like with a Coke, with a fry. Get this thing, get with it, and I'm like, how do you figure out which one of these you want? What if I don't want the drink? What if I like everything else, but now you're putting a drink in there on me.
See, they're making money through confusion.
That is it, because you look right on their board, and there's a thing. It says chicken McNuggets, 4 for $1.09 or whatever. Then or $1. Underneath it says chicken McNuggets, 8 for $1. I actually looked at that one day, and I said, the dollar menu.
8.
It has 4 for $1 or it has 8 for $1. She says, well, then I think you should get the 8. I'm like, okay, yeah. Why would you get the 4? That's what I want to know. Why is it right there next to each other on the menu? I mean, come on. So I'm like, isn't there a way just to, list the burgers. Here's our cheapest burger to our most expensive burger. Here's the fries, cheapest. Here's the chicken, cheapest to expensive. Here's our Cokes, sizes. If you get a Coke with something else, anything else, we're going to take 50 cents off the Coke. Or we're going to, maybe that's the way we need to mix and match, right?
I don't know. See, I don't eat fast food.
Right.
Partly probably because of this reason. So it's like it's just too damn confusing. Just let
But
me
it's
go
a
to the
coupon.
expensive vegan place and they'll just charge me $8.95 for my burger,
But
which
even
is
when you
an
go to
even
coupons,
burger.
like even for grocery stores, I mean, are you using coupons? Do you use do you have to get the 10 before, 5 in store before you get the dollar off of each? Okay, how many of those? Well, am I at 3? Man, I don't want to get 6 because then I'm back on the whole thing again. Yeah, I got
So
to
let
get
me ask you
5.
this.
Do I have 4? If I get one more thing, it'd be like free. How many do I have?
Dave, is it worth your time and energy for 50 cents?
Well, it's $1 at that point. They're $1 off if you get 5. You get 5 whole dollars off, and you get 5 of things. But I'm like halfway through the store, and I got 3. Are there going to be 2 more things I need on the way to the store, or should I get five of these
See, this is why we don't
goldfish?
go shopping together
Just
because
go.
I have my list and I'm like, okay, check, check, check. Is there a coupon for that? I don't know. Check. And you get in line behind me and I'm like, put my thing in and do. I'm done. Bye. I don't
Right.
care.
Some places have the numbers, some places don't have it. We give it to everybody.
Yeah. So there. So Dave got that off his chest, and if you see Dave, buy him a burger because he's hungry.
But
So
I
yeah.
must admit, when you get the apps, there are great deals on it. I actually did get today. I got a chicken nugget, a cheeseburger, fries, and a drink for $3.
So there you go. You got a
Yeah,
lunch that was worth your health.
yeah. You just got to be ready for it. I just didn't know you got to be that ready for it.
Yeah, I know. You talk about fast food, and I cringe. I know what's in it. It's like,
I
yeah.
mean, I'm sure they have the Impossible Burger, in there too. You
They
could try
do.
that.
BK does have the Impossible Burger. I don't eat fast food, so I've never had an Impossible Burger at
Yeah.
BK. I
Gotta
did
go
have
try
one.
one of those for me.
I had one at a restaurant. I was not impressed. I like the Beyond Meat one better. So
All
it
right.
is. It's personal taste. It's like McDonald's versus BK. So yeah, we have some hip happening. So yeah, what do we all have? What do you got down there? Oh, I know what I have down.
You got everything, man.
I have most of it, but yeah. Everybody, tomorrow is August 11th. What should you go do, Dave?
Vote.
If you haven't voted by mail and you haven't dropped your mail-in vote off, you go vote. I don't care who you vote for. We all want you to vote for the proper people that we like, but that's not how
Just
this
vote.
works.
Just
You
vote.
vote for who you want to vote for, but just go frickin' vote. So, there's that. Look at Dave.
Well, they said they're going to open up. They're going to have like 160 voting areas open.
Yeah.
At least we're going to have it open, and
They're going to
hopefully.
bring is this the one they're going to bring the National Guard in for, or is that for the big one in November?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But they're going to bring the National Guard in for help.
Are they
So.
are they going to be fully vested and have their patches on? Or are they going to be all in black?
Well, National Guard's different. This is the Wisconsin National Guard, and Tony
I
is
know.
calling them in. So talking about COVID, Noah's Ark closed down for the rest of the season. Yeah, is that surprising to you?
No.
Okay, enough said about
But
that.
that's the one place with all of it doesn't survive in the water, but it survives once you get out and you're talking to people and you're spitting on them. It's still going to come out of your mouth. But in the water, you're fine.
Yeah, great, But yeah, so I guess all season passes are extended through 2021. Good luck with that.
Right, and they're giving a buddy pass to them too. People are trying to do the right things here.
Yeah, hopefully. I don't want to see any businesses go down, but they should have never opened for this season at all. They were stupid. Sorry. That's my personal opinion, and I'm sticking to it. Unfortunately, businesses are closing. AJ Bombers and Smoke Shack, they both opened locations at the Mayfair Collection off of Burleigh and the freeway. Those are now closed due to COVID. They
It's
closed
really like
permanently.
one guy owns that, right? Because they connect in the back. You can walk from one to the
Yeah,
other.
I think so. I think the same restaurant groups owns them, but they closed those locations. Their other locations still open, but I don't care. I hate to see businesses close because of this. It sucks, but unfortunately, there's a couple of places that people won't be able to go. It's unfortunate. So yeah. So do you remember Sculpture Milwaukee from last year? Did you?
Was that just a tour? You're talking about when they do the tour?
Well, last year and a few years running now, they've done Sculpture Milwaukee. Well, it's back. So if you want to do something cool outdoors, downtown, and now I guess they're going into the third ward, they have all these great sculptures, and some of them are very obvious, and some of them are a little more obscure locations. But I highly suggest if you want something to do, it's going to be for the next several weeks. You can go out and hunt down these sculptures, take some pictures, take some selfies. That'd be kind of a cool little
actually,
thing.
I'm gonna actually mark that down. I'm interested. I'm surprised that one went by me.
Oh, right over Dave's head.
Usually I'm in tune to those things, and thank you very much, Alexa MKE,
for letting you know. Yeah. So
when you talk about sculptures, and all these taking down and everything. This was back on 4th of July. One of the guys that were sitting around with us at the table goes, "Yeah, they pulled down the Fonzie statue too." And I went, "What?" And he went, "Yeah, they're taking all those statues down. They tore down the Fonzie statue." And I'm like, "Well, I didn't hear anything about that,
Yeah,
and
I didn't either.
Yeah, and he goes on and he looks up this article and he goes, "Yeah, here it is right here, this article." And it's on this place called the Babylon Bee. All right. Now, when you read this thing, it sounds like an Onion article. I mean, I'm looking for the Onion byline. I really am, because look at here. Protests and tearing down of statues continued into the night, with the crowd saying "down with white supremacy" or whatever as they tore down the statue of Arthur Fonzarelli from the TV show Happy Days. The enthusiasm of protesters to tear down statues has only grown each day. And they said, "Why are they protesting? What is it?" "Oh yeah, no more white supremacy." And they said, "Well, what does the Fonz have to do with that?" And they said, "Well, we did it because he represents the 50s." Someone said, which was full of racists, and for association with Ron Howard, because Solo was mediocre.
What?
The protest
was this for real? Did they really tear it down?
And moved on to see if they could locate any other statues to topple or a place to get some tacos. So does that sound like a journalistic integrity article? Or
did they tear down the statue?
No, I didn't hear anything. This is the only article that says that, and every article that is related to this only uses this as a source, and the source is not really from.
Yeah,
somewhere.
It sounds like satire to me, for sure.
Well, right. It was, but it has all the lookings. It's Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and everything like that. But I mean, if you didn't look at it, kind of really look at it, like I said, it's like, I swear they took it from the Onion, because a lot of time North Korea will take the Onion and put it in their newspaper saying this is what.
Yeah, this is real. Yeah.
But I was kind of, but when I heard the thing, well, and it's because of Ron Howard, because Solo was mediocre. Okay, well, I'll give you that.
There you go. So,
but we're gonna get some tacos. No, that wasn't it.
Question to you: do you know where the button is for the snake? See?
The button is the snake.
Okay, so if you don't even know that. So the Milwaukee Public Museum is to reopen to the public on August 21st. So did you know that there is a button to make the rattle on the rattlesnake in the diorama?
Oh, is that the one that's by the buffalo, right? You mean the buffalo? The buffalo. Yeah. As a kid, we knew that. Yes.
You gotta know the secret
about that. But now that you mention it, now I remember that. Well, it's kind of like when you go to those shooting gallery places and you got the light, you can shoot all the buckets and the, and ting and hit the rattlesnake and the old guy and the codger with the, when you're doing the light things, with the fairs.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But no, I remember the rattlesnake button now that you bring that up. Yeah.
And I just want to point out to everybody that it's getting lighter outside because my face is getting blown by the light.
Later, yeah.
So
clouds are moving out finally.
Normally I would say we're getting low in the sky with the sun, but actually everything's clearing up. So hopefully this is done.
Well, that's good. The public museum's back open again. That's good.
August 21st. So everybody, it's open, I guess, a little earlier to people who have the passes and stuff like that. But for the public, it'll be August 21st. And they're going to do all the CDC guideline things and all of that. So that'll be cool. And I know the art museum is also opening up, but I don't know what the date was on that. But yeah, we're getting some things opening up that hopefully people can go do some stuff. So yeah. So I think that's it. Did you have anything else to add?
Fantastic. No, that's good for now.
Yeah, all right. Well, so we would like to thank our viewers and our listeners. Hang on, I got to actually read. Dave's mom, my neighbor Pat, anyone else who stumbled across our.
Marianne.
Marianne! Hi, Marianne. Yeah, and if you like what you're hearing, tell two people so they can tell two people, and we'll become internet famous. So subscribe
We
to.
were down again. We were down last time again. Oh,
Well, you
man,
got to come up with a clever title like Giannis is a dork or something.
I mean, Ace is not the place. I thought that was a good one again. You
Yeah,
know?
no, the Aaron Rodgers one was good. But yeah, so
sensationalism. Yeah.
right. So clickbait. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, hip.or.critical, which is up here. Yeah, there we go.
Facebook.
Facebook.
Milwaukee.
Yeah, okay, so MoKE Milwaukee. So see how MoKE is? That's MoKE Milwaukee. And then you can tweet me at Alexa_MKE and shoot me a tweet, although nobody's done that because I don't even really look at it much because I'm so bad. But other than that, yeah. Looks like things
We can still say that none of our hosts have been kicked off of Twitter yet.
None of our hosts have been kicked off of Twitter or YouTube and Facebook or any of that. We're all still there. We're not telling.
Yes. We have not been subjugated. We have not been put in a corner.
No, nobody puts baby in a corner. You know that.
Nobody puts Alexa in the corner.
Yeah, nobody puts baby in a corner. So yeah, so
they're remaking that. They're remaking that.
Are they really? Oh, jeez. I think that was an original. You can't remake that. There's some things you just can't remake. I mean, seriously.
Princess Bride. They're going to try to do Princess Bride again. No.
You cannot redo Princess Bride.
No.
Anyway. All right. Well, I think we're done.
Inconceivable.
Yes, it's inconceivable. Dave's all talked out. I'm all talked out. So hopefully everybody.
I'm all talked out.
Oh, that's right. Dave's never talked out. So yeah. So hope everybody enjoyed the storm and survived the storm. And y'all have a good one. And we're gonna say bye. Let's see. There's Dave. Oh, wrong one. Yay.